Hey, what's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records, and it is a Wednesday morning, and it is a beautiful Wednesday morning because I got my mind blown off my shoulders last night at the John Anderson in the Band of Geeks concert. So I've loved Yes really for 35 years. First saw them in the summer of '91 on the Union Tour, which was not a great album, but a great tour because it brought back really everybody that had ever been in the band. Bill Bruford, Tony Kaye, Wakeman, Anderson, Chris Squire, of course, Trevor Rabin. I saw Yes again in '97 with Howe, Alan White, Squire, Anderson, and Igor on keyboards. I saw them again with David Benoit once, the Alan White, Chris Squire, Howe, Benoit, Adam, Wakeman lineup, and then I've seen Anderson a couple times with Wakeman and Rabin. Long story short, I wasn't sure going into this show all these years later, what I was going to see. It was incredible. It was spectacular. If you love the '70s, yes. That's what I stepped into last night. In fact, we got there at 7 and they were already, I'm like, is that Yours Is No Disgrace? As I'm walking in. And it was like being in a movie where you hear an arena band in the background and it sounds exactly like what it's supposed to sound like. Here's some things that John Anderson has said about wanting to revisit this music, wanting to do it the way that he's doing. He says, melodies and lyrics have always been my passion. I sing them now with an older and I hope a bit wiser state of mind. I've been wanting to have that feeling in performing these songs. I've lived for the music that I helped create and design. With the sound of the band of old around me, I can do that once more. He says the first time that he heard the Band of Geeks, he freaked out. He said, I freaked out because it sounded like Yes in the '70s. And folks, that's what this is. I mean, they have two keyboard players. So the band is made up of keyboardist Robert Kipp on keyboards and some guitars, and Chris Clark, who I found out is in the band Brand X on keyboards. He's also played with John Entwistle. So he's on keyboards as well. So two guys are doing Wakeman's job, and they do it spot on. These songs, and we're going to get to the set list in a minute. These songs have signature moments that we listen for as Yes fans, and you're waiting for it to happen, and it does deliver. Richie Castellano is on bass all night, but on the last song he switches to the guitar. We'll talk about that. So Richie Castellano, who's long time been in Blue Oyster Cult. By the way, we had fun last night. So I'm having a little coffee and I'm late for work. I shot a video last night that I took down. 4 people watched it. Those 4 people, I didn't mean to shoot in that condition. Anyway, Andy Graziano is the lead guitar player. So he's doing the Howe stuff all night. And again, we're talking note for note. And then Andy Ascalese on drums, who's played in Chasm Sultan's Utopia, amongst other things. So again, Castellanos on bass, Clark on keys, Kipp on keys, Ascalese on drums, and Graziano on guitar. And John Anderson singing these songs is singing them perfectly. There's not even a little bit of a chink in the armor. By the way, all 4 of the other, he has four guys singing backup, so the backups are all there too. Opens up with Yours Is No Disgrace. We get to our seats, and that of course is still going on because it's 10 minutes. Perpetual Change is next. Awesome. Then they play Close to the Edge, and it's just exactly where you want it to be. I mean, it is proggy and unusual and avant-garde as that song is. Just fantastic. The standing ovation that the crowd in St. Charles, Missouri, which is outside of St. Louis, The standing ovation that John Anderson and the band gets after that song touches Anderson so deeply that he gets emotional and actually forgets what's going on. He actually says, "Hey, I apologize. That just took me aback." And he's like, I guess we're going to play Heart of the Sunrise now. So he just like breaks character in the sense that he actually can't believe it. Heart of the Sunrise is just amazing. Castellanos on bass, you know, that dun 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 dun. I mean, just perfect. Keys, dun 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 dun. Whew, I'm still worked up over the show. Another standing ovation. He the same thing. He's like, people, this means so much to me. He talks about KC95, the radio station. He's like, they believed in us. And we do believe in you, John. Starship Trooper was beautiful. You know, while the band's doing, he's back on Anderson's playing these little mallets. He goes around the drum riser. He has all these instruments, harps, and different things that he can pick up, certain things that he can hit, and drums, and he's got, you know, beaded things on that he's shaking and making noise, and the vocals are all there. They finish the first set with Awaken off of the Going for the One album. You know, it's a deeper track, but it's a fantastic track. They take about a 15-minute break, and people are milling around talking about how good John Anderson sounds and how good this music sounds, and that they can't believe in October he's going to be 79 years old. They open up with And You and I in the second set. You know, just as pretty of a song as you could ever want. You know that they're going to play it because they have to. I've Seen All Good People is next. You know, just how pretty that is with the acoustics and all the "'cause the time and your time and his news" with the backing vocals, and then, I mean, it's just pristine, like your goosebumps have goosebumps, and you know everybody around you is experiencing this mix too. The sound quality was so pristine. Whew. Standing ovations after every song. Gates of Delirium is next, which is off the Relayer album. It's a 22-minute epic. You know, so again, we're not going into 80s era at all. We're going out of our way to play deeper tracks that real Yes fans want to hear. You know, and there's a version of Yes with Steve Holland and of course and Jeff Downs, which is fine enough, whatever, and Billy Sherwood and the gang, and they're good. But this was special, people. Gates of Delirium into Roundabout. And then they finish with Owner of a Lonely Heart. And Richie, who's been playing bass all night, picks up the electric guitar. And Andy Graziano picks up the bass. And Richie's guitar playing on Owner of a Lonely Heart, which has got all that weird Trevor Rabin notes in it, is perfectly spot on again. So obviously there's multi-talented people in this band. Go check out the Band of Geeks and John Anderson, the Band of Geeks. If you love 70s Yes like I do, and you want to experience the real deal, I mean, with the guy that sings it, you know, again, he created and designed this music as much as anybody. I was blown away. It's one of the best shows I've seen. It's maybe one of the best things I've ever seen John Anderson do. That includes 2 Yes concerts. That includes Anderson, Rabin, and Wakeman. It was just special. Hey, subscribe to my channel. We do shows every single day. Peace out. See you.